So here's what I'm gonna say since you're still here and you're not dead yet. Um, it's a no for me, dog.
It's a no.
Yeah, this entire game is just a no for me currently. Where it stand, I'm thinking, and it's not even really the net code or the matchmaking or like how bare bones is this? There's, I mean, not, I mean how bare bones the menus are. I mean the music is fine, but it's fine. It's Square Enix. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like Sonic music. If there's something really bad, the music is bad, but I feel that there's not very even. I know this is a demo, and even the demo on the PSP didn't have much didn't have customization, but it doesn't really feel as impactful or open-minded, open-ended as the original game. Like you said, there's no RPG elements. You can't really
Yeah.
change your moves. To my
I feel
knowledge,
like it's because like more so because this is just the beta, and when we get the full game, we'll have all the stuff like the old one. But just like yeah, for right now, I'm with you.
yeah, but I'm thinking like there's like even in the demo they had link moves in it. There's no link moves here. You can't even look at what your EX, like your brave attacks is. They just tell you, here's your HP attack, here are these things, and to that makes me think that you actually can't change your brave attacks if you can't even see it.
Yeah.
That means there's no interface for it, meaning it's stuck like that. To my knowledge, currently. And then the next part is I feel that 3v3 is actually too hectic.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the 3v3 either. I was really suspect when they said that. I'm not a fan.
Although I do know they had, I do know because I looked at the Twitter. They do have a 2v2 mode and a 1v1 mode.
I'll probably only be doing 1v1.
So that's fine, but ooh man, 3v3 with the camera, how the camera works isn't like the turn radius for the
Yeah,
camera
exactly.
is not fast enough for you to properly respond. I mean, respond to anything, react to anything. You're going to get hit from behind, and the only interface that they tell you is you have an arrow, like a small line, telling you someone's about to attack you, but you can't react to that when you're dealing with the person you're facing. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you want to add, or are you just dead here?
I'm just kind of dead.
Do you just get Ethos again, like when Ethos played Battlefront? You just
I'm
you're
just. I'm just. Look, man, the death note thing's got me in like like it already puts me in a foul mood.
you're sounding like
Cause
me
it's stupid.
when I did a 24-hour live stream. When I at the end of it,
It's
I was
stupid.
just. I mean,
Cause it's just stupid. And then like the beta's making me mad because like certain stuff isn't working where I'm expecting it to. So I literally played like Dissidia 12 for like 2 weeks to be prepared for this, and I'm like, all right, I got it. And like none of that's transferring over.
well, that's actually an interesting point now that we're here. So, how do you feel this match up towards the older Dissidia?
I like the older Dissidious more. Just like I know this is still a beta, so I'm taking certain things with a grain of salt. But like, I feel like it needs more work. The same way I felt Pokken needed more work from going from an arcade game to a game that's like on a system. I feel they really need to polish some stuff. Honestly, like I want this game to do good, especially since it's going to be an Evo. I need this game to be tight. I need this to be solid.
This game's gonna be an Evo.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
apparently.
not, that's a 1 year thing. I'm calling it now to nobody watching me. It's a 1 year thing. I don't think I think this game is not going to be out for last that long.
Yeah, it's another thing. I don't know. Like I know Final Fantasy is huge, like around the world. I just don't know how long this will last.
This doesn't feel esports to me. Just by default.
I mean, people say Smash is a party game, even though it's an Evo. So
Smash also has way more variety in how you can go about things.
and it feels
It feels like
better.
there's yes, it feels bad, but it feels like there's stuff there. Like
Yeah.
you already had like let's break this down if you're gonna go like that.
All right, let's
So
break it down.
you have three charge attacks. You have tilts. I mean, you have three tilts on ground, and then you have one, two, three, one, two, three, four. I actually need to count this out. So you have three charge attacks, up, sides, down.
And down.
You have
You grab.
four
Yeah.
tilts, which is neutral, up, right, and down. You have
You have your grabs. Up, down,
grabs.
left, right.
You have a dash attack. You have, and in aerial, you have sides, up, down, neutral. And then you have your B abilities, which changes how you go about things drastically. Because it is really what defined the character at that point. So you have neutral, side, up, down. You have a lot of stuff there. A lot of different options.
Yeah, you're right. It's again, I think this is another one of those things where like it'll be easier to judge the full game. As a beta, it's still rough.
Here's what I've learned from playing betas at this point.
Hmm.
After all the betas I have live streamed, it ends up being in the case that usually the game is what the beta is. There might be like a few more things in here, but it's going to be this. And the game comes out in January, right? Or is it
I'm pretty
February?
sure, yeah. It's January, I'm pretty sure.
So 5 months. You don't have enough to drastically change the infrastructure of a game in 5 months. It usually takes years in the first place. So they'll probably fix the netcode, improve those kind of things. But I'm figuring they're probably trying to make sure the story works really well, since there probably wasn't a story in arcade mode.
But the story, like, man, it's been the same for every Dissidia. There's not much you need to worry about.
Yeah, and it's still a Final
I
Fantasy.
don't know,
It's still a Final Fantasy game.
but it's still, but it's Dissidia. Dissidia's always okay. We're the Warriors of Cosmos. We're all pulled together. Some people are good, some people are bad, depending on the game. Everyone's get a crystal or something, and we got to go through the story mode and end up fighting chaos. And we get a really dry version of the character arc.
Character art or character arc?
Arc.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, it's been 2 games. You don't think they would change it up by now?
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I don't know. I wasn't really that interested after the fact in the Final Fantasy. I mean, don't you think it's a Final Fantasy game, and Final Fantasy always been about, telling a story. I don't think they would go that simple. And it's been like 2 games already. You know the characters.
And every time, like, okay, well, like, it depends if they go like the City of 12 route. Because the City of 12 route had like some people were heroes that stayed
Yeah.
heroes, some people were villains, stayed villains, and some people cross alignments.
Like Jack, but they mentioned that in the first
Yeah.
game because the first game is after the fact.
The first game is a sequel to 12.
Yeah.
I haven't beaten 12, so like I didn't know. Okay, that's weird.
That's yeah. Because like, Jack was a hero, and then in 12, Jack's a hero, and he's helping them do stuff, and then every time, the cycle restarts, everybody forgets their memory. So
Yeah.
except for some of them, because they know about it somehow. And then that's when they tell Jack, "Oh yeah, you were a hero last time. It just changes depending on the circumstances."
Yeah, man. Sometimes it just changes. The world's just like that.
And also that's how they explain, like, that's why Tifa is not in the first game, or Lightning.
Yeah, man. 'Cause that totally works.
So they're probably gonna do something ridiculous. And I sent the picture if you. But right, so I'm thinking what they're gonna be focusing on is mostly like story. I don't think they're gonna unless it's unless it's like a really early build of the game, which is possible. It's possible that could have been the case. I don't know.
I don't know.
And I've already dealt. I played too many betas to feel confident. This is. I've been paying attention too much to the game industry to even feel like I could say, yeah, things could. It's a beta, guys. It's subject to
It's hard to be
change.
positive by some things. Like, it's really hard to be positive. Like, sometimes, the betas make things turn around. Other times, it tells you right away this is going to be a flop, and it's a flop.
And I've yet to see anything really turn around. Because if the only time they're going to turn around is if they push it back, and then I'll say, yeah, they might actually do more stuff. But I feel like if they're putting out Dissidia, the arcade edition, hear me out. They put Dissidia out, the arcade edition, PlayStation primarily. There's a lot of people who only people who are really hyped about this game are people who played the other ones.
Yeah,
Like,
only Final Fantasy fans are hyped about this.
like if I go talk to Texas about this, he'd be like, "What? Huh?" He doesn't care. He didn't play it. So why? He wouldn't know how it works. And so if they're putting it out like this, then you would think that like people like me and you are accustomed to the systems that we're already exposed to, like customization or armor.
Like we know the ins and outs. We know how the game is supposed to be. So like, there's a certain standard they kind of have to meet. It has to be good.
Right.
But is it good enough to draw in new people? I don't know.
I don't think they're
I don't see many new people going like, oh hey, let me go check out Dissidia.
right. Right.
Especially
So
fans that got in with fans that got introduced to Final Fantasy through 15. I especially don't see them getting into it.
well, if they had 15 in here, I would say yeah, then it's possible.
I'm sure they will. I'm confident they will.
Beta. I'm talking about beta.
Oh, in the
You
beta,
need to
yeah,
let people.
sure.
You need to let people know now.
Well, I mean, I feel that, but they didn't have the villains in here either. So like, it's like, I'm surprised the beta even had this many characters though. Like, this is like people from 1 to 14.
This is the arcade.
Oh, right.
Actually,
I keep forgetting that sometimes.
yeah. Also, that's another reason why I don't feel confident about.
Yeah, it was an arcade game, and it's
Yeah.
not like Street Fighters, because Street Fighters always translate well.
The arcade version featured 14 characters at launch, including all 13 main heroes from the previous Dissidia titles and a new hero from Final Fantasy XIV. However, new characters have continued to be added to the roster as post-launch updates, including characters from spin-off titles such as Tactics and Type Zero. NT will
Ew, why
include.
Type Zero?
Why not? NT will include every character available in the arcade version at the time of its release. The developers are targeting a total roster of 50 characters, including all characters from the previous Dissidia titles.
Oh my gosh.
These updates will come to the arcade before PlayStation 4.
Okay, but will it be good? Like, you can have all the characters, and it's like fan servicey, but like, is it good?
You keep forgetting that this is the Smash Brothers of Final Fantasy.
And that means a lot. But like,
That
if it's not good, no one's gonna like, people are gonna like, no, they're not gonna keep playing it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see were you able to like customize your stuff or was it just set?
Probably not.
Okay, so on the April 21st update, in addition to balance changes to for all fighters, characters can now equip different weapons in battles based off their respective designs from each series, such as the Hard Edge for Cloud and Explosive for Zidane. They are aesthetic changes and have no major effects in battle.
Alright then, never mind.
I'm still calling it here, so mark my words. It's going to be.
It's gonna be cheats.
It's not going to be as good as PSP probably.
Yeah.